Hello there, and welcome to day number 89. Today's story is the idol temple. While the judges were ruling in Israel, a man named Micah lived in the mountains of Ephraim. His mother, who was living with him, found that someone had stolen a large sum of money from her. Now the money had been taken by her son, Micah. And after a time he said to her, "Those 1,100 pieces of silver you lost are with me. I took them myself." His mother answered, "May the blessing of God rest on you, my son, for bringing my silver back. This money will be the Lord's. I give it back to you to be used in the service of the Lord." But instead of taking the money to the tabernacle of the Lord at Shiloh, Micah used it to make two images of silver, one carved and the other cast in metal. These he set up in his house to be worshipped. He appointed one of his sons a priest and made his house an idol's temple. One day, a man on a journey was passing by Micah's house. Micah saw from his dress that he belonged to the tribe of Levi, the tribe of priests. He said to him, "Who are you? Where do you come from?" The young man said, "I am a Levite from Bethlehem in Judah, and I am trying to find a place to earn my living." "Stay here with me," said Micah, "and be a priest in my house. I will give you your food and a place to sleep, and each year a suit of clothes and 10 pieces of silver." The Levite was pleased at this, so he stayed in Micah's house and became his priest. The tribe of Dan was living at that time between the Philistines and the tribe of Benjamin, with Judah on the south and Ephraim on the north. The Philistines were very close, so they looked for someplace else to live in peace. They sent out 5 men as spies to go through the country and find a better place for their tribe. These 5 men soon came to the house of Micah, who took them into his house as was the custom. These men from Dan, who were called Danites, met Micah's priest, who took them into the temple, showed them the images and the altar, and offered a sacrifice and prayed for them. Then the 5 men went on their way, and far in the north they found a little city called Laish, which they could easily take over. So a large part of the tribe of Dan, with their wives and their children, went up toward this place. Among them were 600 men with shields, swords, and spears for war. As they passed Micah's house, the 5 men remembered its temple. They took the silver idols and convinced Micah's priest to be their priest, then went on their way. When Micah came home, he found his temple had been robbed and his images and his priest then taken away. He gathered some of his neighbors, and they hastened after the people of Dan. When he caught up with them, Micah saw that the men of Dan were too strong to fight. So he went back to his home without his priest and without his images. The Danites went up to the little city of Laish in the north. They took it and killed all the people living there. Then they built the city again and changed its name to Dan, the name of the father of their tribe. There at Dan, they built a temple, and in it they set up the images. And this Levite became their priest. The strangest part of all, the story is, this Levite was Moses' grandson. The people of Israel fell into sin so soon that the grandson of Moses became the priest in a temple of idols. At this time, the house of God was at Shiloh. Yet at Dan there was a temple of idols, and within its walk, a line of priests descendant from Moses were worshipping and offering sacrifices to images. Since the temple of idols in Dan was much nearer to the people in the northern part of the land than the house of the Lord at Shiloh, many of those who lived in the north went to this idol temple to worship. So the people of Israel fell away from God and served idols. This was very displeasing to God. And that was the end of our story today and the word of the Lord. Now we come to our discussion questions. Who did Micah steal money from? Number 1, who did Micah steal money from? Number 2, what did he do with the money? What did he do with the money? Number 3, who robbed Micah's temple? Who robbed Micah's temple? Number 4, who became a priest in the temple of idols? Number 4, who became a priest in the temple of idols? And that was the end of our story number 89. Talk to you soon. Bye.